Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF here at 4:45 a.m. On YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, and then at 4:45 p.m. On Facebook Live. Today we're talking about a really important and very powerful topic: visualization and productivity. What is the connection between visualizing in a powerful, sensory way your particular goals, dreams, and objectives, and the impact of productivity? All right, impact on productivity. So, if you are enjoying the show already, please swipe left or right across your device. Definitely and hit. Go ahead and hit the. I almost said the visualize button. Hit the subscription button here, subscribe button here on YouTube's Michael Datcher, and definitely go to productivethroughjoy.com. See about us. We speak to groups, organizations, and schools about being productive through joy, and offer live one-on-one productive through joy consulting. So today we're talking about again visualization and productivity. But first, a few words to those for those who are new to the show about myself. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller, Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month. Pick That Book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people called my people, and I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel America, which actually comes out, wow, it's amazing, next month here in America, Third World Press. Look for that in bookstores everywhere. I'm also the former executive director of the World Stage, Literary and Jazz Venue here in California. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate. Go Bears. My master's is from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature is from the University of California at Riverside. I'm currently a professor of English literature at Loyola Marymount University here in Los Angeles. I'm an expert at being productive, all right? I don't say that to brag, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity given really how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of a young girl who was raped at 16, gave birth to me at 17, then subsequently gave me up for adoption as to a amazing single divorcee when my biological mother was just a teenager. So at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD, yet as Kool Modi famously said, how you like me now, right? And if I can be this productive through joy, so can many of us who are watching this show. In many ways, that inspires both the show and the business because we know what it's like to come from difficulty, to come through origins that are not the best. And when people like us can make it, when people like us can overcome the odds and have success, have abundance in this life, and for us, abundance is we have a holistic look at wealth or abundance. We call it whole wealth, but as well, abundance and love, abundance in health, abundance in financial resources, having a holistic approach, because simply having money, although money is helpful because it gives you options, but simply having money we find is not enough. We really help people to have more of a holistic, whole joy, like this right here, holistic approach to abundance and wealth. So, but when people like us can have abundance, can have whole wealth, it inspires other folks who've come through difficulties to know that they too can have that in their own lives. So that's what we do. Again, go to productivethroughjoy.com, see about us, have me come out, speak to your group, organization, or school. So, in the morning show, we like to also talk a bit about the ideal of framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you. I'm shaking my head to frame you. I'm shaking my head because it happened again today. At times, we will wake up with trouble on our mind, and it has a way of, it can really disable us unless we have a way to deal with it. And so, let me just dive more deeply into what I'm talking about. And so, we talk about the idea of framing your day, that process when, because at times we wake up, trouble follows us from the time we wake up in the morning until the time we go to bed at night. We're just troubled by the issues, the problems of our lives. It can be overwhelming, and many people I know experience that. So we help. Well, let me say that process is even more exacerbated because most people have that to a certain degree. But when you are out leading, when you're leading an organization, when you're trying to lead an organization, when you are an entrepreneur, when you're living outside the box, when you're basically going for it and not just dialing it in, You're going to face more challenges. Now, those challenges can also be ways to undergird yourself and feel great about yourself as you seize life in a sort of way. But practically, it typically involves going through more stuff. It is true that more money, more problems is actually a thing, right? So we help people to deal with that aspect because that's important because we find that many people, especially male entrepreneurs, to offer a specific example, tend to really struggle with medicating on drugs and alcohol. That's just what we find. So we understand that, but we offer a different approach because that's really not sustainable. And if you're medicating on drugs and alcohol, A, that's not sustainable. B, you're just not going to be really happy. You know, alcohol is a depressant, and you don't want that. But that's typical, right? So that's why you may have heard about people who are very financially successful, but don't really seem very happy about it. We're saying no. Let's be happy. Let's be enjoy. Let's enjoy what we have in life, right? Let's joyfully help our friends, joyfully help our family, joyfully help those who are around us. All right. So, and we talk about this idea in the context of a ritual. Ritual can be defined as essentially doing the same thing at around the same time. Um, let me give you a brief example of my morning rituals. In the mornings, I wake up at 3:45 a.m. I read a couple of spiritual business books. I do our show right now at 4:45 a.m. until 5. At 5, I work on my current book for a while longer. Then I go to the beach. I live along the coast here at Venice Beach, California. Then sunrise. I walk out to the beach. I bring my drum. I go drum. I meditate. I pray. I do yoga. Then I come back, work on my current book for a while longer, and then go back to the beach to run up the coast all the way past Santa Monica's Pier, all the way back here to Venice to go to my gym here to get my workout in, right? So by 9:30, guys, I'm feeling amazing. My body is being flooded with endorphins. And as we know from 10th grade science, when the body is feeling joyful, what's happening is that the body is flooding itself with endorphins. And those endorphins can give us a sense of euphoria that we can then leverage to move ourselves towards our goals and objectives, which will, of course, involve real estate, publishing, public speaking, and publishing. Yes, I think I said that. All right. So we're not saying do what I do because my goals are not your goals. You got to do what's best for you based upon your goals. But the key is you want to be able to be in that euphoric state because that euphoria is going to drive you into action. All right. So I'm reading. So in the mornings I read these books as I told you as part of my morning ritual. So I'm reading 3 books. I usually read 2 at the same time. As I read them, I kind of cycle through them and offer new ones. But I added 1 more book to the puzzle, so I'm reading 3 books now. I'm reading a book now one is called the Nag Hammadi Library, which is a book of ancient spiritual scriptures, really powerful, guys. I'm also reading a book called Owning the Moment, which is about that thing, owning the moment. Then I recently just started a new book called Cash in a Flash, which is really kind of a book that melded spirituality and wealth creation, which is starting. I just began this about 3 or 4 days ago, and thanks to Carmen Bordas, shout out to her, my lady, hit me to this book. Very powerful. So from these 3 books now, I extract some wisdom, which I call the morning chant. Today's morning chant is: as a meditating natural mystic, I visualize dreams with a child's heart, then manifest dreams as a courageous man of faith and action. So I write that down. I think about that particular idea, then I contemplate that throughout my day. I place it on my phone. As I have a little time, I'll pop it out to consider it. Then also create the morning and afternoon chants based upon that reading. So today we're talking about visualization and productivity. All right. So thanks for being here. Let's dive into the topic in earnest. Again, go to productivethroughjoy.com. Have me come out speak to your group or organization. Take advantage of our one-on-one Productive Through Joy consulting as well. Become a subscriber here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. Definitely share this on your social media networks. All right, let's dive in. So point 1, as we talk about visualization and productivity, is that you want to have an image of what you want. One thing that I was reading this morning about in the Cash and the Flash book was having a clear and concise image and precise image. It's really important to have a specific image of what you want. Listen, the universe, I'm not sure why this stuff works the way it does. I just, in my experience and also my reading, hearing other experts talk about it, other mystics especially, for some reason the universe responds to specificity. So, I just do that. So you want to have a specific image of what you want, the lifestyle you want for your family, for your community, for the people you care about. You want to see it in your mind. Um, that's point one. You want to an image of it, right? A specific thing about what you want, to have the goals. Not just I want to be happy, which is great. That's a great goal to have, but you want to be able to identify what elements in your life would make you happy, and then focus on those. So that's point one. Point two, which I'm going to borrow right now from this Cash in the Flash because I like the phrasing of it. They call it the wow now approach, which is you want to infuse that visualization with sensory power, with emotion, with smells, touch, taste. You want to think about what it's going to feel like, what it's going to be like to be uh, in that space. Like you want to hear it, the sounds you're going to hear, you want to see it in a very uh, detailed way, and you want to really be in that space. All right. So what does that mean? So they offer a great example, to a great way to approach this. Think about a time in your life when you were really excited, when you were wowed by something, right? And go back to that space and try to just see what it was like to be there. Like close your eyes and be back in that moment and practice that moment of seeing all that was there and make that moment real again, although it's already happened. That wow thing that happened to you, you did it, right? Some great accomplishment that you created, manifested. Um, Now do that again in the context of your visualized lifestyle, your visualized goals, your visualized dreams. That is a great idea, guys. All right, which goes into point three. As you begin to combine your clear image of what you want, your wow now visualization of it, it's going to become more real, and you're going to also receive the endorphin release because the body can't necessarily distinguish between when you are imagining something in a super intense way and when it's happening for, I'll call it for real, right? So you want to be able to, you get the benefit of the joyfulness of imagining that world. It's like a very intense childlike daydream. If you watch, I've got a 5-year-old. If you watch kids uh, pretend, they're up in that pretend mode, even as far as having a pretend friend, right? I mean, they go deep into pretend, right? And so you want to be in that same space with your dreams, all right? And watch them manifest. Boom goes the dynamite. That's it for today's show. We are each weekday morning, hella early AF here at 4:45 a.m. Going to 5 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. We speak to schools, groups, and organizations. Holla at us. Thanks for being here. You can also go to productivethroughjoy.com to get more details. Definitely hit the subscriber button here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel for sure. Swipe left or right to invite people to join the conversation. Share this on your social media networks. If you aren't ready for it, maybe you know someone who is. If you are not ready for this whole wealth abundance, maybe you know someone else who is. Let them know about it. Thanks for being here. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Thanks for being here. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.